Howdy, Rebel fans. We're down here live today and before the Bruce Bolt College Classic beginning today. We're going to kind of preview who we're playing, as well as how we're looking so far today. First off, let's look at where we are, man. We are sitting in gorgeous Bay St. Louis. Ain't that pretty? I mean, right where we want to be. Me and my old trusty, get her in there. I'm gonna flip the camera a minute. And my dog, Sadie girl. Oh, say hey, Sadie. She ate. All right, yeah, beautiful Bay St. Louis. Gonna do a little live stream here. Like I said, a preview the Rebel game tonight, and so first off, I want to let's welcome Pickle. First off, yeah, Caden, how you doing? Doing all right? Rebels 9-0 on the season so far, with all our games being played in the friendly confines of Swayze. This is the Rebels' first road trip this year, and or the first test of us outside of the home ballpark. Obviously, we swept Nevada to open the season, followed up by 2 midweek wins over Arkansas State and Jackson State, and swept Missouri State this last weekend, and then won our midweek game over Southeast Missouri State in the middle of the week this time. We ruled them in the 7th inning, kind of in walk-off fashion, as Will Furnace came to the plate. Hadn't hit a home run this year yet, but batted really, really good. He came up to bat and then hit a home run in the 7th, which put us up 13-3, which, with the run rule in effect, that basically won the game. Amber, nice of you to join. Good to see you. Emma, good to see you in here. Anyway, yeah, all right. One thing to note, guys, is Judd Udemark, the Rebel third baseman, is only 12 home runs away from setting the all-time Ole Miss home run record, which is currently held by Tim Elko. Tim Elko had 46 home runs. Judd Udemark sitting at 35, so 12 more home runs, and Udemark will be the all-time Rebel home run record holder. He has 6 on the season so far in his early time, so I feel like, yeah, we're gonna do just fine. I feel like he will certainly surpass. Angela, good to have you in here. Team stats for the Ole Miss. Ole Miss batting the ball right now at .331 average. That's pretty daggum salty for a college baseball team. And our OPS right now is 1.038, and that is damn good. And that's on base plus slugging. So it means we're not only getting on base by means of walks and hits, but we're hitting some extra base hits as well. So that's good. Our slugging percentage is .566, and that's outstanding. Obviously, you can tell that with the OPS as well. Anything, I guess, between the 450 and the 550 mark in college football and college baseball is pretty much considered a good number. One other thing of our offensive stats I'd like to put is that Ole Miss has 64 walks on the season. That's being pretty patient at the plate through 9 games. That's pretty good. Kathy, glad to see you join us. Shayna, welcome into the live stream. I'm just an Ole Miss fan. I'm no coach. I'm not a expert by any means. If y'all got any questions, or comments, just feel free. Drop them down there in the comments. Hell, we'll talk. Let's have a conversation. On with the Rebels again, pitching. Our pitching has been awesome this year. I mean, awesome. But at the end of the day, if Hunter Elliott is a weak spot on our starting lineup, our starting rotation, then that's pretty daggone good. Our pitching staff is pitching the ball right now at a 2.64 ERA. Our whip average right now is 1.25, and we've only had 29 walks on the season. So, again, that's pretty good numbers. The team's doing wonderful. Nitty, glad to see you can join us. TT, welcome in to the Livecast. Again, please post some comments down there. Let's talk some Rebel baseball. On the defensive side of the game, the Rebels' fielding percentage, it's been a bothersome year for us. We've had 11 errors on this year, and we're fielding though at a 965 now. At the end of last weekend, we're at 949, and so we've came up from the end of last week. The target, kind of the quasi-target, I guess, is the way to put it, for the college baseball is a 970 mark. If you can get anything fielding above a 970, you're doing pretty good. Whiskey, glad you could join us. So in summation, I guess, but to kind of sum up the Rebel season so far, is by the numbers, the Rebels are a pretty good team. And again, that's on paper. We play them out there in the dirt and the grass, so that doesn't necessarily mean, we're a great team. It means but I feel like we're a good team. Find out some stuff this weekend as we play a little bit better competition. Rebels are patient at the plate, as shown by how many walks we've been issued this season. But we're going up against a couple of teams in this tournament that'll fill up the zone. So we're going to have to try to hit, which we've done well as well. No doubt we've hit the ball pretty good. Again, team batting average up over 300. We're at 331, so we've hit the ball pretty well. Baylor and Coastal, they're going to fill the zone up on us, and we're going to have to try to hit. Dennis, glad you could join us, buddy. Glad you could join in there with us. Throw some comments in there, and I'll try my best to help you, or to answer them. I'm not much of an expert. I'm just an Ole Miss fan. But again, this weekend we're in Houston. We're playing, and our first pitch here is in a little over an hour away. It starts at 3:05, about an hour and a half away. We'll be playing Baylor today, and Baylor, let's just scout them a little bit. So the line on Baylor right now, Baylor is 5-3 on the season, and that's through Tuesday, 2/24 is the last game. In the season opener, the senior first. This is the kind of thing I've done. In the very first game of the year, their senior first baseman, whose name I somehow did not write down. Anyway, he hits 3 grand slams in that game. 3 in the same game. He's only the second player in NCAA history to do so. He saw it pretty well. 12 RBIs and 3 at-bats. But they opened up with 4 straight wins. They swept New Mexico State University in that opening weekend, and then a midweek win over Texas State. Then this last week, they went to the Round Rock Classic, and and they lost all 3 games they played. They lost to Oregon State by a score of 3-1. They lost to Purdue 6-5. They lost to Southern Miss by 5-1. Then they went and they had a midweek game against Stephen F. Austin, in which they won 9-8. Edward, glad to see you in here. Bearded Bad Bastard. I like that. That's a good name. Has joined us. Good to see you. Tucker, glad you could join us. Be nice. Baylor's team stats on the offensive side, they're batting .272. Now this is not great, but it ain't bad. It ain't terrible either for the college game. We won't be up above 280 as a team. But Trucker, glad to see you in here. Their OPS is .894, so that's pretty good. They're above the 850 college line, so that's pretty good for them. Slugging percentage is at .455, and you kind of, for the college game, you're considered good when you're above .450. So .450 to .550, that's a good college game slugging percentage, and they're in there, but just barely at .455. They've taken 48 walks, not quite the numbers the Rebels have taken this year at 64, but still 48 kind of tends to make you believe they're a pretty patient team at the plate. They're going to watch some pitches and make you throw some strikes. And they are 20 of 24 in the stolen base department this year. So they kind of tell, they'll put them on the move. Pitching, here's what we might be able to get at them, guys. Their pitching is right now not doing so great. They're at 4.04 earned run average. They got a whip of 1.42, and they have issued 26 walks on the season. Again, that tells you when only 26 walks, it means they're filling up the zone. They're throwing a lot of strikes and making teams hit them. And but with a 4.04, teams are hitting them. On the defensive side, they're fielding percent. They're fielding the ball at a 986. Guys, that's excellent. That is an excellent number. And so far this season, they've only committed 4 errors. So we're not going to get any gimmies given to us there on the infield. Again, I want to join you, let y'all guys know we're live today down here in beautiful downtown Bay St. Louis, Mississippi. So you will hear some road noise from time to time. I kind of just want to get out. I couldn't stand to be in the house when it's a beautiful day. Gorgeous day. I'll get another shot of the sound here in a minute. Let y'all see our beautiful sound down here on the coast. L&D, glad to see you join. Anyway, back to Baylor. On the summation, they are a good but not great team at the moment. But I do feel they're going to be our strongest competition of so far this early season. If they get on base, I do look for them to put runners on the move and try to steal some bases. They are patient at the plate. They worked 54 walks on the season. So we're going to have to throw some strikes, make them hit. And their pitching has given up some runs so far this season, thus the ERA of over 4. So the Ole Miss keys to me, for keys to win, Hunter needs to be efficient. We need Elliott to get out there and get a good start. I hadn't seen a starting lineup today, but I'm pretty sure Hunter Elliott will be the starting pitcher today. It's what we'll do. We got to make these guys hit. We do. I mean, Hunter has issued way too many walks, and he hits batters. I mean, he puts people on base free. We got to make them hit. All right. So Hunter needs to be efficient. He needs to make these guys hit, and because they are more than happy to take the base on balls. We need to limit that. As on the offensive side, we need to barrel it up because as stated, their team ERA is above 4, so they'll give up some hits and runs. We just got to hit it to get there because they're outstanding when it comes to batting. They're not gonna give up any runs. And their pitching is not one to give up many walks, only at 26 so far this season. So that's kind of the line item on Baylor tonight. I'll check in here in just a minute after I finish kind of scouting these other 2 teams. But I'll look in and see if I got anything on the starting lineup. I'll tell you what, we'll go over to Ohio State and do a little scouting on them, and then I will, at that point in time, I'll go over and check and see if the starting lineups have been announced, which it's coming out. I mean, we're pretty sure we know who we're gonna see. Ethan, glad you could join. Daffland, welcome into the live stream. Glad to have you here. Y'all drop some comments. Let me know. Again, why don't I do that real quick? We're down in beautiful downtown Bay St. Louis. You can see behind me, I've got the Bay Bridge. There's the harbor and the railroad bridge. Good bit of traffic going down. Me and my old trusty dog say hello, say hello. Yeah, she loves riding the golf cart. So here we are. Could not stand to be inside today. Again, ain't that just pretty? I mean, it's just too good of a backdrop to not be doing a live stream down here today. Yeah, there's Bay St. Louis, guys. Here we are. Let's do the 360. Yeah. Here we are. Ugh. Kind of hard to do balance the iPad. Excuse me, fellas. Sorry about that. So yeah, let's move on along. We're doing the live stream's going to be over about the Bruce Bolt Classic this weekend. Playing. Our first pitch starts here in starts at 3:05 against Baylor, and so we've went over Baylor and kind of talked about their stats for the year and kind of went over Ole Miss. So I'm going to move on along to our game tomorrow. Thing about tomorrow, it's going to be an early first pitch for us. Richie, great to have you in here today, Richie Smith. Comment, we're just talking a little Rebel baseball and the Bruce Bolt Classic. Yeah, Ohio State is our game tomorrow. Our first pitch on that game is at 11:05. Ohio State really not a great baseball team, guys. We think of them in the football terms as they are a damn good football team. But, we're talking about up north, guys, where, look, we're holding intra-squad practices the 1st of January. And, we're playing games February 13th. So, it's real hard to do that up north, especially early in the year. It's real hard. Ohio State, they're 5-2 on the season, and they only won 13 games all of last year. So I really don't expect this to be a real challenging team for us. But at the same time, who knows about us? We hadn't played a lot of big time competition yet so far either. So anyway, they're 5-2 on the season. Their first weekend they did sweep St. Louis. But then they went to the Grind City Classic, where they lost to Louisiana Tech 6-0, and then they beat Memphis 12-5. Then they lost again to the Louisiana Tech 9-3, and again beat 8-2. So the final line on the tournament is they lost both games to Louisiana Tech, but they won both games against Memphis. Yeah. It's Chelsea. Glad you're in here. Team stats here. As an offense, they're batting the ball at a .244 batting average. Their on base plus slugging OPS is a .735. Again, that's not great. Slugging, you want to be above 850 on 840. Slugging percentage, they're at .373. They've They've taken 36 walks on the year, and they're 20 of 25 in the stolen base department. On the pitching side, their ERA is up above 4. It's at 4.06. They got a whip of 1.5, and they have issued 38 walks on the season. On the defensive side, they're fielding the ball at a 980. They only had 5 errors so far this year, so 980, absolutely, it's an excellent fielding percentage for them. In the summation, they're not a real good baseball team, guys. They're just not. Even if they beat us, it still doesn't mean they're a good baseball team. They're not. D-Strange, 51. Glad to have you in the live stream. We're talking Rebel baseball leading up to the Bruce Bolt Classic. Chime in if you got any questions. Maybe I got some answers for you. Don't know. But Ohio State, they're just not a very good baseball team. They are below average in all offensive categories, except for possibly stolen bases. But you can't steal them if you can't get on. One other positive is they do have 36 walks on the season so far, so that would put them that would kind of indicate that they're patient at the plate. They'll work some walks on you. So again, kind of what I brought up about Hunter Elliott. I'm sure this is going to be Cade Townsend going, so fill the zone up. Make these guys hit. Shoot, they got a batting average of 244 as a team. Let's make them hit. Scotty Horton, glad to have you in here, guy. Drop comments down. Summation here on the Rebel side. If Bianco goes with the same rotation as the first 2 weekends, it will be Cade Townsend on the mound for Game 2 tomorrow at 11:05 first pitch. I expect his pitch count to be raised. He's been on a real short pitch count due to a groin issue that he'd been kind of nursing. I expect that pitch count to be raised again this week. I think he had 50 pitches the first weekend, and he pitched 54. He was on a 60 pitch count, or 65 pitch count, and only got 63 in the second deal. This week, I think they'll raise it up there 75, 80, according to his midweek stuff. I haven't seen any practices. I haven't seen any indication that they'll keep it down in that low range. But anyway, so the biggest key here is for Cade to throw strikes. Let's make this team hit. Let's play clean defense behind Cade. We had a pretty good week when it comes to the errors, and so we got our fielding percentage up from a 949 to a 965. Just need to be clean behind these guys. They're throwing we're getting some great outings by these pitchers. We need to support them in the back and make the plays. And offensively, we need to be patient at the plate. Their pitching staff has issued 38 walks on the season, so the potential for some free passes are there. We just got to be patient. Don't swing unless you get your pitch early in the count. Obviously, we want hitters like Udemark, Reuter, and them guys to go for it. But you get your pitch, you got to swing. But I don't think they're going to challenge us with a lot of that. I don't think they're going to give Reuter anything up high in the strike zone. Same for Udemark and Furnish. I think they're going to keep that ball down. They're going to try to pitch away, try to work some ground balls, get some swing and misses. If they do pitch it up, it's going to be way up. So I'm feeling like against Ohio State, we need to be patient at the plate. We need to see some pitches. All right. I'm going to break right there real quick. I'm going to roll to the Rebels 247 site and see if Chase Parham has usually Chase around this time has posted starting lineup. I do not see it on the boards as of yet. Let me refresh one more time just to make double sure. Nothing. Big Worm, glad to see you in here. Marla, good to see you. Dano 65. Apologize for that. I'm down here in the sunlight. It's kind of hard to see. Welcome into the live stream. Talking a little Rebel baseball today from beautiful downtown Bay St. Louis in the Old Town section of town. Me and my trusty traveling companion my beautiful boxer, Sadie. There's nothing there. Let's check X real quick and see if there's anything in there from the Rebel Baseball. Getting a couple of bicycles passing by. Guys, if y'all ain't never been down here to our coast and ain't never spent a whole lot of time down here on the coast of Mississippi. I mean, Bay St. Louis is my favorite town, but I mean, I love this whole. I love the whole coast, man. I just do. All right, so yeah, it is. It has been released on Twitter by the Rebel Baseball. Before we go over the Sunday matchup against probably the best team we'll see all weekend, Coastal Carolina, let's go over tonight's starting lineup. Leading off and playing center field, we got Hayden Federico. No real surprise there. Going second, playing third base is Judd Udemart. Batting third, playing right field, Tristan Becerra. In the DH position and batting fourth will be Colin Reuter. In fifth hole in the lineup, first baseman Will Furness. Batting sixth, playing catcher is Austin Foley. Batting seventh, playing second base is Dom Decker, the Murray State transfer. Batting eighth, playing left field, Sermons. And coming in last is shortstop. Playing shortstop, batting ninth is Braden Randall. And as expected, pitching tonight will be Hunter Elliott. Let's look at this lineup just a little bit, guys. All right, Federico has found some ways to get on base, but he's not hitting the ball well. But man, if he can get on base tonight. This two, all right, Udemart, Becerra, Reuter, Furness, and Foley. Guys, man, we're talking about the two through six in this lineup are really seeing it well right now, really hitting real good. Becerra backing up Udemart. Udemart's going to see some pitches. That's a great spot to put him in that second hole, if you think about it, because he's a home run hitter. Lots of power. Well, like I said earlier in the live stream. JWC, good to see you in here. Mountaineers, glad you could be here. Like I said earlier in the live stream, he's only 12 home runs away from setting the all-time Ole Miss home run record, which is right now held by Tim Elko. And, I feel like batting second with Becerra behind him, man, he's going to see some pitches, man. They can't walk him and let Becerra do it. I mean, I just don't feel like that's where they're going to be. Shane, glad you could join us today. And the same for Becerra. With Reuter following him up, man, Reuter's seeing it real well. I ain't pull up any individual stats here right now for this, but obviously these guys in the middle are just seeing it real well right now and hitting the ball really, really well. So, and Furness just got his first home run the other night against Southeast Missouri State, but man, he's been batting really, really well. And then Foley, obviously last year, home run leader on this team. We know he's got pop. We know he can see it well. So, I feel like that's a good lineup. All right? I do. I honestly, I think that's going to be. I think that 2 through 6 hole, that's great. Decker, he's kind of started slow this year, but he did get his first collegiate home run a couple of days back, and that was kind of a surprise the way he wore us out last year in the Oxford Regional. Chris, glad you could join us. Talking a little Rebel baseball here before the Bruce Bolt College Classic. Again, we're nearing the 2 o'clock hour in the afternoon East Central Time, and the first pitch for the Ole Miss Baylor game will be at 305. So, yeah. There's your lineup, guys. Federico, Udemark, Becerra as your first three up, followed by Reuter in the DH hole, Furnish playing first base, and then Austin Foley, Decker, Sermons, Randall, and Elliott on the hill. So there you got it, guys. The starting lineup of the Ole Miss Rebel baseball team for the first game against Baylor, starting at 3:05. All right, so we have scouted in this live stream so far. We've scouted Baylor and Ohio State. I'll go right back over Baylor again before we sign off. But our last game will be at a 10:05 first pitch on Sunday. Man, I'm telling you, I don't like these starting times, but it's against the best team in the tournament as far as I can see, outside of possibly Texas, which Ole Miss won't see. We won't see Texas or Texas San Antonio in this tournament. But we will be going against Coastal Carolina, who I do believe. Hey, before I scout them, let's give everybody let's give them a look where I'm at here, man. I am in beautiful downtown Bay St. Louis, in Old Town. In the Old Town section, that is the Bay Bridge. Behind me, I got my beautiful boxer dog, Sadie. And she's just watching people, man. She loves to see people. She's kind of running right now because I did, to do the live stream, I've kind of got myself away from everybody. We have had a few passers-by come by and looked at me real crazy for talking to myself. But other than that, looking back, there's the harbor, Old Town Harbor. Let's get out. And there's Old Town Bay St. Louis, as you can see, right there. So, again, gorgeous. Look across the bay over there. If you're looking and squinting real hard, you can see Henderson Point, which is on the Pass Christian side of our bay. And again, looking back to Old Town. So, it was just too pretty of a day, guys. I couldn't stay in the house to do this. I had to get out, man. I did. I had to get out and come down here and do this live stream from down here. So let's go back. Once I've done that, let's look over Coastal Carolina. A little bit of scouting report that I put together on them. Obviously, the big thing is they're a veteran team. Last year, and the big deal is ever last year's runner-up. Let's see here. Lewis Anthony, glad you could join us. Kevin K, glad you joined. Kinsey, welcome into the live stream. Marrero, Eric, question mark? Are you sure you're not Eric? Eric, glad to have you in here, guys. Talking a little Ole Miss Rebel baseball. Leading up to the Bruce Bolt College Classic, which is coming first pitch here, and just a little over an hour away. We're 1 minute away from the 2 o'clock hour East Central Time, and first pitch is at 3:05. Matt, glad you could join. All right, so again, Bruce Bolt Classic. We have scouted the Ole Miss team. Obviously, that's who I say scouted. I just kind of give you the line item on how we look 9 games in. And then I scouted the Baylor team, and I'll give you a little scouting report on Ohio State. Now let's go to Coastal Carolina. Obviously, again, veteran team. Last year's runner-up at Omaha to the eventual national champion LSU Tigers. The ace of their staff, though, Cameron Flukie, was scratched from last week's start, and now he has, I think they got a stress fracture, a rib fracture, and they have rolled him out this week. We're looking at about 6 to 8 weeks of recovery to get him back in the lineup. Now, I don't really think that affects our game any that much anyway, because he is the ace of the staff. He went today, whoever they play here today, and but on Sunday, but where it will kind of come into play is that on Sunday now, it looks, instead of us seeing their number 3 starter, we're looking at a guy that, that barely, may have missed out just a touch on getting into their starting rotation. We're looking at their number 4 guy, possibly even their 5th guy. If they get in a little trouble in any of these early games and have to go to long relief, they may end up using their number 4 pitcher as their long relief guy, and so we may actually see their 5th guy down the line. So Cameron Flukie out, and they've also, I can't remember his name, but their top reliever, their closer, he's out from a year ago. He's out for Tommy John surgery. So Coastal is a little banged up, but I did listen to Kendall Rogers and his D1 baseball podcast they did this morning. They're a deep staff, guys. They're a big, deep staff. So they're going to be able to pitch around their shortcomings here. They're 6-2 on the season. They opened the season with a sweep of Fairfield. Didn't even know there was such a team. And then they lost at midweek action to the College of Charleston by a score of 4-3. And then at the baseball at the beach tournament this past weekend, they went 2 for 3. They beat VCU 13-2 on Friday. They lost to Illinois 14-5 on Sunday, and then later on in the afternoon on Sunday, they beat VCU again by a score of 6-3. Then Tuesday, they played Campbell, and they won that game 13-7. David Robbins, glad you could join. Priv, glad you could join in here with us. Faded Avenue, welcome into the live stream. Talking a little Ole Miss Rebel baseball leading up to the first pitch of the Bruce Bolt Classic. Drop down some comments. Got any questions? Let me know. We are broadcasting live from downtown, beautiful Bay St. Louis, Mississippi, and you might, obviously, you're going to hear some traffic noise behind me, but it was too pretty of a day to stay inside. I only had a couple people look at me like I was plumb crazy for talking to myself. So, anyway, Dwight D., glad you could join. All right. Anyway, as I said, they beat Campbell this last week. Team stats, of course, that's leading up to today. By the time we play them on Sunday, this is all going to have changed. But right now, as a team, they're batting .260. They have an OPS of 811, slugging percentage of .402. They've worked 49 walks on the year, and they've stolen 14 out of 15 bases. These are not Coastal Carolina type numbers, guys, but early in the season, it really is. I expect them to be up there in the 280 range on the batting. I expect OPS not that bad, but I did expect slugging to be up above 500. And but again, walking 49 times this year and stealing 14 out of 15 bases, which means they're patient at the plate, obviously, and does mean they'll put them on the move. Gary Miller, glad to have you in here. Pitching, they have an ERA of 3.8. Not bad, but absolutely not great either. That's team ERA. Their whip is at 1.08, and they have issued 19 walks. 19 walks is obviously well under what Ole Miss is giving. Ole Miss is giving up 29 so far this year. So, again, they're going to fill up the zone, guys, and we're going to have to hit. They ain't going to give it to us. We're going to have to hit. Dr. Warrior, glad you could be in here. Gary Miller, glad you joined us. Blake H21. Talking a little Rebel baseball here, guys. Ole Miss Rebel baseball. Come on and comment for me. Defensive stats so far, and I've only carried up 2 defensive stats for these teams this weekend, but Coastal Carolina is fielding the ball at 960. That is not a great number, but again, it is just under where we are, and we barely got there by getting our fielding percentage up to a 965 this last week. They've had 12 errors on the year, which is a high number for Coastal Carolina, guys. It just really is. But anyway, I still feel like they're the best team in the tournament outside of Texas. We'll see. But you know what? UTSA is in this tournament too. You know, and UTSA last year went to I think they went to the Austin Regional in Texas and then whipped them. Pretty much said, we're going to beat you in your ballpark, and they did. But here's the funny thing. I listened to Kendall Rogers and the D1 Baseball podcast this morning. It was taped yesterday on Thursday, but I listened to it today. They don't play this in this tournament. Texas and Texas San Antonio do not play in this tournament. That's kind of a disservice to baseball fans, man. I mean, especially after the regional last year. Summation. I'm going to summation this up. Summarize this as Coastal is nowhere near the same team that was a runner-up to the national championship last year, but it is early. They don't field it well. They're at 960. They're below average in most of the metrics we use to determine a good offensive team. And pitching is going to fill up the zone, though. And as they have only walked 19 batters on the season. And I brought that up earlier. We're going to have to hit. All three teams that we do today actually pitch it pretty well when it comes from a walk standpoint. We're going to have to hit the ball in this tournament, which so far this year, the Rebels have been good at hitting the ball. So the Ole Miss keys for me in this is, I'm pretty sure, again, I'm just going on the assumption that 5 is going to keep the same rotation that he has the past 2 weekends. And so that means Will Libbert on the mound Sunday morning. Again, first pitch for that game will be at a 10:05. CJ, glad you could join. Will Libbert will be on the mound. We need Libbert to bring the heat. They have Coastal struck out 63 times this season. So let's set them up with that fastball. He's got a fastball up there in the 90s, mid-90s. And then let's make them chase that slurve. He's got a killer slurve. And let's make them chase that and strike out. Let's get some outs and by way of the strikeouts, because I believe they'll give us that. Again, as always, you want to be clean on the defensive side of the ball. Behind him, we need to be coming up with the plays, and don't throw it away when we do. And let's hit the ball. As Coastal will not issue a bunch of free passes, we're going to have to hit the ball. They're going to fill the zone, and we're going to have to knock the crap out of it. But, again, I want to go back to the very first part of this and where I outlined Ole Miss. Ole Miss is going to, just the stats on Ole Miss, just to reiterate again, is bat at average, right, my tongue is not working right. Ole Miss has a team batting average of .331 and an OPS of 1.038. When the slugging percentage alone is at .566. OPS of 1.038 and a slugging percentage of .566. These are great numbers, guys. Awesome numbers on the offensive side. And we have also worked 64 walks on the season. And again, Coastal's issued a bunch, and we have taken a bunch. So it means we're patient at the plate, and they have shown they will throw it out of the zone a little bit and walk some guys. Stolen bases wise, we're 14 of 16 this year. But I don't think we got to try to steal a bunch of bases in this. I mean, tight game. We're trying to manufacture some runs or something. Yeah, maybe. Especially if that pitcher's got a slow delivery to home. But, I don't see us having to steal a lot in this one. I think we need to rely on our bats and just play some good, clean defense behind. Again, we're fielding the ball at a 965. That is up from last weekend's ending total of 949. But still, we want to be up there above 960. We're close. Let's just play some clean ball. Ruben Randall, I keep saying Ruben. I'm sorry about that. Braden Randall has actually improved a little bit. He's actually fielding, I want to say, a little bit better than the way it seems. But some of the stuff, he comes up with the plays, but then he makes these mental errors, just straight up mental error of throwing the ball away. And that's all mental. That ain't fundamentals. That ain't, us not being able to come up with a play. That is us just not being able to make the throw, and that's a pure mental error. Jeff Taylor, glad you could join in there. Alt, exclamation point, heart, fire, and weird emoji. Glad y'all could join in. Again, Rebel Baseball coming at you here in 3:05 Central Standard Time at the Bruce Bolt Classic in Houston, Texas. And I kind of wanted to come on here and go live real quick. And the main thing is, it was just too pretty of a day to stay inside. Again, I'm coming at you from beautiful downtown Bay St. Louis. I'm over the Bay Bridge behind me. I have my pretty dog with me, and the only problem is, guys, we're fighting a few of these no-sims. Y'all know what a no-sim is? No-sim is a gnat that just will literally, you can't see them, but by God, you can feel them. And they are buzzing around our head, and my dog is going crazy trying to catch them right now. But that's the only thing, man. It's just too pretty of a day. We got mid-70s out here, sunshine, no high wind. I mean, the water on the bay right now is literally like glass. Got a sailboat coming into harbor. I don't know if you can see that sailboat right there coming into the Bay St. Louis harbor. Sails are down, so down their auxiliary power. Just a gorgeous day down here on our coast of Mississippi. I mean, we don't get the recognition that, Gulf Shores, Florida towns get, but I'm going to tell you, we got a beautiful place down here, guys. If you don't come down here on the coast of Mississippi, you're messing up yourself, man, because, again, I mean, let's just look at some of these places over here across the street, man. We're talking just gorgeous old homes. Look at that street right there. This is Mayberry. Mayberry on the water, man. Gorgeous day down here. So yeah, I couldn't sit at the house. Couldn't stay inside. Wanted to come down here and talk a little Rebel baseball. Enjoyed going live with you guys, and enjoyed scouting these two teams. These three teams that we're going to play today. Donnie, glad to have you in here. So, anyway, that's about all I've got. Nobody else is wanting to chime in, ask questions, so I'm going to end the live stream and stand by and catch the pregame, David Kellum. And hope the Rebels can pull out a victory today. That'd be great. Get Hunter Elliott off to a great start today. The line that me and my other cohorts, we got on Elliott, he gets himself in a lot of trouble. And here's the thing, he gets himself out of it. He pitches his way back out of it, but, man, he runs his pitch count up there big time. He had 97 pitches last Friday night and didn't get out the fourth inning. He did. I think he pitched 4 2/3. So, he didn't get a decision, but 97 pitches in 4 2/3. And I credit Bianco trying to get him out there and let him get a decision on the night, but he just couldn't get it. And I'm sure at that point in time we'll see Calhoun. If Elliott gets into trouble early on. Calhoun's been really good, 5-pitch type guy, man. 4 good pitches, but I think let's just say he's got a fastball in the 95, 96 mile an hour range, and then he's throwing the cutter at 90, 92. Ronald Whitaker, glad to have you in the live stream. And then, he's got a slider that breaks down and away on these right-handed hitters that he's throwing in the mid-80s. And then he throws a changeup at 78. You got a fastball at 96 and you got a changeup at 78, man. With the same arm motion, man, you got guys trying to swing 1.5 times before the ball gets to him. Then again, he's got a curveball that he can throw for strikes as well. So, Calhoun's been it's proven good because, like I said, Elliott gets himself into trouble and then has to work his way out. And by how he works his way out, he runs his pitch count way up there and end up not getting through 5. So we got to bring in a guy that can chew up some innings. And Calhoun just missed a spot on the starting rotation this year. Okay. I'm going to end the live stream, and guys, hotty toddy, Rebel fans.